my name is Jason Scappaticci. I'm the Director of Transitional Programs here at Manchester Community College. In an effort to help you on your way to graduation, I want to teach you a textbook reading strategy that is quick and helps you to retain information when it comes time to take a quiz or a test or write that big paper. It's called SQ3R. I don't know about you, but when I started college, one of the things that terrified me the most was opening up one of my textbooks and seeing all of those words. There's a lot to take in with a textbook, so SQ3R can help you to make sense of everything. SQ3R is 5 steps: survey, question, read, recite, review. So survey. In the survey step, which is going to take between 1 and 3 minutes, you are just going to survey that chapter. Now, when I say survey, what that means is you're going to read the titles, the headings, and the subheadings of the chapters. You're not going to read any of the large blocks of paragraphs in between all of that. You're just reading the major titles. The other thing that you are surveying is pictures, graphs, maps. Any visual that's been put into that chapter. And survey is designed to give you an idea of what you're going to be taking in. Also, the survey step helps you to determine how big is that chapter so that you can plan later for how much time you need to devote to reading that chapter. So survey is only going to take you 1 to 3 minutes, and remember, titles and visuals. You're next moving on to questioning, and this is perhaps one of the most important steps. Questions that you are going to create, that you are going to keep in your mind when you're reading, or better yet, that you are going to write down on paper and answer as you're reading that chapter. And you are going to create the questions yourself, or some textbooks have questions at the end of each chapter about what you should have learned in that chapter. If that textbook does it, use those, because frequently those are questions that are designed to get to the main ideas in that chapter. But if your textbook doesn't have that, make your own questions out of the titles in the chapter. So just as an example, you might be reading a history text, and it might be a chapter on World War I. A subheading might be causes of World War I. So turn that into a question. What are the causes of World War I? At the end of reading that chapter, you should be able to answer that question. And move on from subheading to subheading and make questions out of each subheading. This is a great preparation for reading, and it only takes 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes even less time once you get the hang of it. So you've completed the S and the Q section, and now you're ready for the first R, and that's reading. This is really important to notice. You're not reading until step 3. So you're going to read the chapter. Sit down in a place that's good for you to read, plenty of light, and read the chapter, keeping those questions in mind. After you're done, recite. You recite out loud the answer to your questions. One of the reasons you do this is because we're all different types of learners, so sometimes when we speak what we're learning, it can help us to process those thoughts and to make sense of them. So you are reciting what you have learned. Ask yourself the question and answer it. And finally, review. Review comes at the end of reciting, but it can also come later. Maybe you have the quiz next week. You're going to pull out those questions, and you're going to ask yourself those questions again, and you're going to make sure that you can answer them. That's the review section. So that's it. SQ and 3 Rs. It's a fast, easy, definitely a great way to retain information from a very dense textbook. So give it a shot. Come find me on campus and tell me how it worked for you.